All right. So to try to end this session, I want to just make a few comments. I repeat, Section C is the only part of the exam where partial marks are awarded for things done right, so that those things that are not done right, you don't score for them. But even then, even if you do some calculation incorrectly, you go ahead and your assessment is based on your own answer, even though that is not the assessment the examiner made. So for instance, we said it represented the optimal solution, but the examiner said it did not represent the optimal solution. Our answer was based on the figures in front of us. We had an extra 200,000 profit. So happy days. The examiner went ahead and said, okay, we made an extra 200,000 profit, but it could have been more. Like Tahiru, you were thinking just like the examiner. Perfect, that's great. That answer is also correct. So writing your answer, assessment of performance and other issues based on your own answer in front of you. So long as the answers were neatly built up, although they were wrong, you still score all your marks. So please, the examiner's comment is that students continue to not take advantage of the own figure rule in marking in section C. If you ask my opinion, I'll tell you that section A and B of the exams are more difficult than section C. The reason these objective test questions are more difficult is that, one, the examiner is not interested in seeing your solution. So you can actually do this on paper and type in or select. But the examiner is interested in the final answer. So if you don't drive to the final destination correctly, you are scoring 0. You are not scoring 1 out of 2 or half out of 2. You are scoring 0. So that makes objective test questions, in my estimation, more difficult. Now, if you go write this exam, not you, if anybody writes this exam and score 40%, the question is, where did the person make the 40% from? Most of these guys made majority of the 40% from section C. So probably out of 40 marks, they made 25. If you made 25, it means 15 marks you came to make it from section A and B combined. That's only some 8 questions, less than 8 out of 30 questions. So watch out for that. Now, these same issues we discussed in this question, you might have bits and pieces of them in objective test. I was taking a look at the constitution of this exam, section A. Okay, it doesn't look like there was any question on transfer pricing in section A because it was tested heavily for 20 marks here. Okay, let me show you something here. Let me show you something. If you go to the study hub, oh, extend session, okay. Let me go in the study hub and show you something quickly. That's taking too long. There's a past exam question. I want to refer you to it. Okay. Taking too long. I don't want to, okay, to come up here. Whilst it's coming, let me say this. In the revision plan, I mentioned to you certain things. Okay, it has come. I mentioned to you some quizzes to do, but those quizzes, we actually did them already in class. So please go and do them again. If you have any difficulty, connect with the recorded lectures for those lectures again. But practice questions chapter 18. Hottcule. Great question. Lovely question. It goes just like Hottcule with only a few minor changes there. Another great question. Portable. What's in portable garage? Do I remember portable garage? Yes. Yes. Another question that looks like Hottcule and Hottcule Co. Prepare, under the current transfer pricing system, prepare a profit statement showing the profit for the same thing, kind of thing, but the scenario changes just a bit. Friends, spend time on all these questions. We hope that when you do a good job on this, you get a question there for 20 marks. Well, that is exam. You may never even get a question on transfer pricing, but look, that's exam. Just do your best on these questions. All right. So I'll be referring to these questions when I'm sending the notes to you later. Okay. That's it. If there's no commentary, that's it. We've solved enough questions on section B. In this next session, I'm going to go with you to look at exam technique for objective test.